Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the channel. With 4 weeks out to race day at Duncan Ridge, it's a good idea to talk about gear. It's a great subject. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. I'm a gear junkie myself, but at 4 weeks out, you should have all your gear dialed in. And by that, I mean there's no time to really try out new gear. Experimental phase is over with. So I'm just gonna basically go over what I have and what I use and what works for me. And essentially, I look for three things. I look for simplicity, I look for quality, and I look for comfort. So those things will play a big role in how much fun and success you're going to have out there on the trail. So I've done this by trial and error. I've more than once gone out with way too much gear, overdressed like crazy. And a helpful hint is also to look at the weather before you go. I mean, if it's going to be super cold, you probably want to bring an extra layer, like another wool shirt, more than what I have here. But anyhow, this is what I'm anticipating for weather. That's going to be probably 60 degrees, late November in North Georgia, 60 degrees, down to, in the mornings, I've seen it 17 degrees there. But trust me, when you start, climbing these hills, you're going to warm up fast. So I'm going to start with the most essential piece first, which is your shoes. I have a few different trail running shoes. I like the Salomon Speed Cross. They're great. This trail can be muddy. It can be have loose rocks, and it's got a super aggressive. These shoes have super aggressive soles to them, and they're easy to lace up. They have these speed laces, and you essentially pull these down to tighten them up, and you don't waste any time if you need to loosen or tighten your shoes. I find that when I'm going downhill, I like my shoes relatively tight, and when I'm going uphill, I like them a little bit on the looser side. Anyhow, these are great shoes. The only downfall from these is they don't have any type of a rock plate at all. So towards the end of the race, the balls of your feet towards your toes can get a little bit sore. I mean, you got to kind of watch your foot placement. So there's no protection here, but they sure make up for in other areas. They're super durable. I've had these for a couple years. I'm gonna make them work for this round too. So along with the shoes come socks, and these are Injinji socks, and they're toe socks. They kind of look a little bit funny, but they're really great because these are this is super aggressive terrain, and you want to be able to spread your toes out, and that helps with your balance, especially going downhill on the switchbacks, if you can have more flexibility in your toes. So these are Injinjis, and they're ankle height. I've tried compression socks before that go all the way up here, and I kind of like those for training, but not so much for racing. Keeping it simple with these. These are a huge asset to go along with the shoes. So yeah, your shoes are your most important part of your gear. So outside of that, moving up from the shoes, I just have a basic pair of Patagonia shorts. I like some pockets to put trash in. It's got 3 pockets. These are more or less hiking shorts. They're super comfortable and lightweight. They have a compression liner to them, which is critical. I've gone out without a compression liner before, and I've also gone out with like a mesh liner, and that really causes excessive chafing. And you want to be as comfortable as you can, because after about mile 17, it's about pain mitigation. I'm halfway kidding, but a lot of truth to that. So these are the shorts I like. Patagonia hiking shorts. I think these are 8-inch inseam or whatever you want to call that. They're really good. So moving up from that, I like Patagonia stuff in it. Over the past year, I've discovered the Capilene shirts, and I'm going with the Patagonia long sleeve Patagonia shirt. This is like the most comfortable running shirt I've ever had. And it's gonna be a little colder, but with this shirt, it's not so tight in here that you can't pull them up. If it gets hot out there, you just pull them up and it's really comfortable. It's not so constricting around the waist either. I don't like that as well. Again, personal preference. This is just what I'm gonna wear. Patagonia shorts, Patagonia Capilene shirt. Basically that's a base layer. You're gonna want to bring more than likely a like a hoodie or a jacket or something like this. I've had this Arc'teryx hoodie for a long time. It's great. It's got some kind of space age hybrid fabric to it that is just wonderful. It dries out quickly, and it's also got a hood so that if it gets really cold up there on the ridge, you can pull this over, and it really gives you some extra protection around your neck and your ears, keeps you warm. As far as this is an important hint. Running, I'm a creature of habit, so this hat, it goes with me on most runs, but I'm not gonna wear it when I'm racing. Like this, it's all under tree cover, and this hat, you know, you're gonna have to use, you utilizing it for a sunshade, and there's not that much sun out there. It's all in the mountains and trees anyhow. So what I want to show you is this great thing. I'm not gonna wear the hat because another thing too, the hat really limits your vision, and when you're running, you want to maintain your posture. You want to always, you know, you don't want to be hunched over. You can waste a lot of energy and become fatigued, and you get less air in your lungs when you're hunched over. So you want to be cognizant of the fact of keeping your posture upright, your shoulders in a neutral position. And this is just for me. This is what I find and have experienced by trial and error in the past. If I'm wearing a hat, I tend to, I don't have any vision from here on up. I'm looking down like that. So I'm tending to keep my head down. And if I don't have a hat on, it really enhances my vision. I'm more apt to pick my head up and keep a better posture while I'm running. So along with that, this is a great thing. This is a buff by buff. It's just a kind of a sock for your head, really. It is awesome because you're going to want to take off with this thing in the morning. It's going to be cold. You're going to need to have your ears covered, but you're going to warm up quick. And what this thing does is I usually put it on like this and pull it up. This gives you a lot of warmth down to your neck, all in your forehead and your ears. And this allows heat to escape through the top of your head. And so you don't get sweaty and fatigued so fast. And then as the day gets, that's kind of gangster right there, isn't it? But as the day goes long, it's probably a more position where I'm realistically going to wear this thing as. I usually find that it migrates up over my ears like that, and then sometimes this, when you get up on the ridge, I'll pull it down. I'll already be heated up, but I'll be cold along my neck, so it offers you a lot of neck warmth right there. And if it gets too hot whatsoever, you can just pull it off of your head altogether, put it on your wrist, and wipe sweat off like that. It's excellent for that. This is a really cool thing to have. I love it. I'm not going to race without this. It's a buff by buff. They have different colors too. I've got a blue plaid one, but I'm going with gray. Next in line is your hydration pack. And I have a Salomon hydration pack. It's real simple, and it utilizes 2 water reservoirs. And I'll show you this in a video in a couple weeks, or maybe next week when we go over nutrition for ultramarathons, which is what I'm going to take as far as nutrition, gels and whatnot. But I usually take, well, when I'm wearing this, I always take these reservoirs, and they sit in here. And at the aid stations, to fill them up with water, all you have to do is crack it open like that, and the attendants, or you can get water yourself from the jugs or whatever, you put it right in there, and you don't have to take them out of your pack whatsoever. It's so fast. So you just do that, and then to drink out of them, you sip right from, they fit right in the chest cavities right here, and you just sip right out of them like a normal hydration bottle. And this is has a few pockets. You can store some, I'll store an orange in here and a couple of gels, probably a waffle. It says just enough. It's super light, and it's just a great pack. And I learned this the hard way too. I had a Camelback one time that I was at an aid station, and so grateful for the people at the aid stations. They're awesome. But I had one guy, I guess he was new, and I took my pack off, and he wanted to fill my reservoir up with water in my Camelback. And I looked over and he had this whole thing in a, he had it completely disassembled. The hose was out, the water valve was out, and he didn't know how to put it back together. So I wasted a good amount of time putting that back together. So I found this system is much more efficient. So to go in the pack, as far as clothing goes, I have this, and this is by Mountain Hardwear. Believe it or not, this is a rain jacket, and it also doubles as an extra layer of warmth. It'll pack down even smaller than this. You can really fold this thing up. This is great, super lightweight, and you pull it, it zippers up on itself, and it isn't completely waterproof, but it does the trick, I would say. And you don't want to say, if you get in a spot where you have to sit out of the race for a while or whatever, you're going to have sweat, and it's going to be cold up there. So you'll want to put this on immediately so you don't get sick. So this is Mountain Hardwear, really great piece of gear to have. Next in line is a watch. I like to carry this watch. I just got this Garmin 165. It's a great thing. I don't utilize nearly all the features at all, but I'm going to basically use it to gauge my time to the aid stations. I'm going to need to make this race in less than 10 hours, and I have some goals set for each of the aid stations, and so I'll be able to monitor my pace and my time to each aid station. For instance, at mile 15.5, I'll want to be there in 4.5 hours. So I'll be able to really monitor that and adjust my pace accordingly with this watch. They do a lot of things, and this is a central training tool too. It has a heart rate monitor, a whole bunch of different features. The heart rate monitor isn't as accurate as an armband or a chest band, but it definitely provides a good gauge. So if you're okay, well, you're not in your ideal range, you can pick up your pace, and really helps with training. So yeah, Garmin 165, awesome piece. I'm going to have that on my wrist. The last thing I want to talk about here are trekking poles. And for me, being an aging adventurist, these are critical, especially downhill. These are a little bit dated, but they're super durable, and they pack up super nice. If you need to, I'm going to probably have these out the entire time, and they have the different measurements, so you can dial in the correct height. This is what I normally have. I I know by the numbers, 100 centimeters down there and 115 centimeters up here is perfect for me. It keeps my elbows at a right angle, more or less a right angle orientation. And that's perfect for what I need for both uphill and downhill. If I'm just hiking, I like a little bit longer pole going downhill and a little bit shorter uphill. But if I'm racing, I don't want to mess with these adjustments. Like I said in the beginning, I want to keep it simple. So yeah, that's that for the gear package that I'm going to take. So if you have any comments or questions, I'd be glad to address those and read those in the comments. So thank you for watching. And next week, or maybe the week after that, I'm going to talk about nutrition while we're racing. And this has been kind of a tough week for me. I've had a lot of work constrictions and some health, not major health things, but some health considerations I needed to take into consideration before I barrel on towards the last 4 weeks. So thanks for watching again, and I will update you with another video on ultramarathon nutrition in a couple of weeks. Thanks.